Good morning, story timers. It's me, Donna Vee, and I'm so excited to be here today. Woo! Today is Friday, December 3rd, and it is the first week of story time, December 2021. Yeah, I don't even know what date it is, really, sometimes. I get so confused. My name is Donna Vee. I'm the host. We are live coming to you from the studio. And look at this. It's still Hanukkah, though. We are focusing right now on Hanukkah today because guess what? Hanukkah is the festival of lights, and we know that we are going to put another candle up on our menorah. Good morning, Aunt Cecilia. I hope you're healing, and we're going to send you lots of love and light again during our moment of sending love and light around the world. It's so exciting to be able to do that and share all of that with everyone. I hope you're having an amazing morning. It's beautiful blue sky over here in Nutley, New Jersey. That's where I'm coming to you live from. And it is exciting because today I have a fun Hanukkah book, and I have two more arriving for Sunday because Sunday is the last day of Hanukkah. You know that Storytime is live Sunday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And today is exciting because on Fridays, now if you used to watch Storytime, you'd know this, that we practice exercising and the alphabet and healthy habits and good manners, and we would incorporate the ASL alphabet. Well, we love to practice the ASL alphabet, but I had an idea. Since in total for the month of December, good morning, Jerry Reesby. Nice to see you. Yeah. And yes, I'm so happy it's sunshiny there. We practiced ASL alphabet. We used to do it all in its entirety, but I thought it might be a good idea to practice each day on its own. And then once a week, we'll recite the entire ASL alphabet until we learn it all together. Well, good morning, Lisa Marie, and good morning, Storytimers. Good morning, Ryan, all the way from the UK. Woo, 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 woo. And yes, today's letter is C, and the alliteration is for C. It is going to be a jam-packed show today. I am so excited. We've got so many fun people here. If it's your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. If you'd like to say hello, you can put your name in the comments because I'm going to be giving this list to Santa. These are all the story timers that watch Storytime from the very beginning, but there's always room for more. Just remember that. Let's see. What are some ways that we can practice healthy habits and good manners? Well, we wake up each day with a smile on our face. Sometimes that's not so easy, right? It's not the easiest. Sometimes we have days where we kind of feel like, but if you wake up and you try to attempt to be filled with appreciation and gratitude, there's something that happens. It's like blowing up a balloon. A balloon is still a balloon with no air in it. It's just laying there. But the moment you add some air to it, just like we add air to ourselves, we take deep breaths in through appreciation and gratitude, guess what happens to that balloon? It starts to blow up. It starts to get bigger. It starts to get full. Hey, Paul Gresco, because we've got friends that say hello, and that makes me happy. And the balloon gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's so many reasons to be so happy and joyful and excited. And sometimes there's moments where the air goes out of the balloon. Well, guess what? That's when you have to go, nope. You're not doing it to me today. I'm going to go, I'm going to give it a little pinch. I'm going to say, I'm going to keep all of my positivity and my air inside, right? Yeah, we share it through our voice and through words and through kindness, but we have to make sure that we're kind to ourselves. And yes, we have to make sure that you're kind to yourself because that is the best way to keep your balloon nice and full, right? Okay, now, what's another way? Oh, that's okay. I appreciate that you were here to say good morning, Aunt Cecilia. We're going to be practicing the ASL alphabet, and we're reading a book that we've read here before today called Dina the Deaf Dinosaur. That was a gift from your daughter, my cousin Lauren, because she's an interpreter, sign language interpreter, and we are practicing the full alphabet today on Friday, December 3rd, coming to you live from Nutley, New Jersey. Wherever you're from, if you want to put that in the comments, that'd be awesome too. But let's start with this. So we wake up with appreciation and gratitude. Boom, awesome. And then we brush our teeth. That's really important. Because you want to smile and show everyone your pearly whites. And then if you could go over, maybe wash up, clean up, or shower, freshen up, get your new pigtails in, right? So that this way you have a fresh face to face the world. Because when you wake up and you do these healthy habits and these great routines, it's something that's so good to get you rolling through the day like a chugga train. You know who loves trains? Frank Simon. He's here. I'm not going to show you his comment yet because it's an alliterative sentence. I've got 2 alliterative sentences today. It's Friday. It's a jam-packed day. This is going to be so exciting. An alliterative sentence is a sentence, or alliteration, I should say, is when there are similar or same sounds or the same letter in repetition through words, right? Like Peter picked a peck of pickled peppers, I think is how it goes. Good morning, Jim Tomlinson, all the way from California. Nice to see you. Have a great day. You are so welcome that I'm here. I'm so excited. You guys are all saying the nicest things this morning. It's pretty amazing way to start my day. You know, it's funny. I've had people say, you're doing story time again. That's great, but don't you have so much to do on your plate? And I said, you know what? Some people like to go to the gym. I like to start my day this way, where I'm actively engaging my wow factor and my cheerfulness and my joy for 1 whole hour. And by doing so, the energy that I'm attracting is so much better than when I'm not doing it. So how could I not fit this into my life? I was like, I missed it. I know I was being present and I was taking the dog on walks, and that's still a part of my life. But guess what? When you find something, boys and girls, moms and dads, dads and dads, moms and moms, aunts and uncles, whoever you are out there, when you find something that makes you happy and brings you joy, and then you stop doing it, and you're like, I'm really sad. Go back to what it was that brought you joy and do it again and do it some more, because it's so important. Just like learning the alphabet, learning the letters only increases your opportunity and chances to be able to read. Practicing joy in little bits like this can make joy overwhelmingly abundant, and it's pretty amazing. So if you feel that sometimes you're the only one in the concert holding the beach ball up, you either need to go to a different concert or you need to just hold it and give it a hug and realize that there's joy in that too. So are you ready? We have talked about healthy habits of waking up with joy, waking up with gratitude, appreciation, brushing your teeth, healthy habits, taking a shower, washing your face. But you know what's next? Drinking water. Yes, there's so much energy in water. And because we're celebrating Hanukkah, I've got my Hanukkah cup. It's blue. It's white, kind of, and purple. For my straw, it's pretty exciting. And water, as we all know, is something that we are so blessed to have, because palatable drinking water is not something the whole world has. You know that? Crazy, right? So we're going to send those people love and light too when we get to our Storytime Buddies time. So this is water that I'm really excited to drink. Why? Because it wakes my whole body up, and my body needs it to function. It's good for your brain. It's good for all your other organs. You know what the largest organ is? And we all have it on our body, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, what religion you practice, what color you are. It's your skin. It's the biggest organ, and we all have it. So drinking water helps to keep it nice and hydrated. And that's something really important, because some of us have big birthdays coming up. Okay. Now, are you ready? Okay. We are going to drink water. I choose to drink it to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what happens? Keeps me alive. So here we go. You ready? Let's do it. Frank, I will reach out to you tonight. Definitely later on. I'm working, and I will definitely call you, because I love genius ideas. I love sharing ideas, and I love inspiration. Okay. All right. Now, let's exercise. What? Yes, we're exercising. And the best part about my exercises, you can do them seated. Yeah, because some people have injuries or disabilities and they cannot exercise up and down and all around. So let's do them in no matter what way you can do them. So I like to exercise and recite the alphabet at the same time because, wow, that's some really great way to activate your brain. And if you can't audibly speak, you can listen, you can envision, and you can use your imagination. And perhaps maybe A is red, B is blue, C is yellow, D is green. At least it is in my mind. But whatever way you want to picture it, you can. But whatever you do, let's practice the alphabet. Now, I like to do arm circles, and I also like to do jumping jacks. But you know what we could also do? We could do the chicken dance. It's Friday. Let's get silly. I know it's so goofy, right? I'm such a goofball. But who cares? Let's get the energy up. All right, 26 letters in the alphabet. 13 letters in is the letter M. The letter M stands for middle. M-I-D-D-L-E. And when we do it in the middle is we shout middle and we switch directions, whatever we're doing. Then we get to the letter S and we switch again. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's start with arm circles. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, middle, N, O, P, Q, R, S, switch, T, U, oh wait, the chicken dance, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Okay, anyhow, now we've got exercise. We've had our water. We've got alliterative sentences to get to. What? Now, I'm going to do them in the order that I see them. We will do one alliterative sentence, vitamin time, and the second alliterative sentence. It is wild up here today. It's story time. And we also have to light the menorah candle. Now, we learned so much the other day from this amazing book, Grover's 8 Nights of Light. This is such an excellent book for little ones that you're teaching Hanukkah, well, about Hanukkah too. What I love about it is it was simple and clear and easy and fun. There's stickers, which I love stickers, but I'm not going to take the stickers out because I think I'm going to donate this book and I want the person that gets the book to have the most they can have out of it. I've already taken the candle on the menorah out because we're using it in story time to show that we are observant and we are going to light the rest of the candles together so that story time has a menorah, which is, I think, awesome. And it's also safe because it's cardboard. So there's no flames up here. There's a lot of stuffed animals, flammable stuff. All right, so now we're going to put the next candle up, which we know in the order is going to be blue. It goes, let me just take this down so you can see it. Blue, white, purple, blue, white, purple. What comes next? What do you think? What will go next? Blue, white, purple, blue, white, purple. I'll take the candle out. See if somebody wants to put it in the comments. Did you say what I think you just said? I could hear you all at your house. That's right. It's blue. So we're going to put a blue candle up on our menorah. We're going to use a little bit of tape. So exciting. I take and make a little tape loop, but I go long ways. You know, these are the tricks that you learn when you love to do arts and crafts. Just like that. Yes. That's a great question. Sometimes we see it written Hanukkah with a CH rather than Hanukkah with an H. That's a great question. And you know what? I could Google it, or maybe somebody here knows while I'm putting our blue candle up. Ready? There's a lot of stuff going on over here at story time. All right. Okay, climb up. Because today is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Today's the 6th day of Hanukkah. So we know that the center candle is the candle that you would light all the candles from, and that's the shamash. But I don't know why Hanukkah is spelled 2 different ways. If anyone wants to Google that while we go into the next part, story time, and post it, I'll share it with everyone because that's a great question. Thank you for asking that question. Next, we've already done exercises. We've lit the menorah. Now we're going to do an alliterative sentence. I'm not looking. This sentence is brought to us by my friend Lisa. Now, this is the letter C. While you are all studying that wild and wacky and long and challenging sentence, this is what the letter C looks like. In the ASL alphabet, this is what the letter C looks like. I also have to shout the kids' names out, which I'll do, trust me. So let me read this. Now, as you all know, I try to do it like a tongue twister. I try to do it as fast as I can, and I do it for 3 times in a row. Maybe I should have some water. I know, I didn't count. It's fine. Here we go. The cacophony of the curious crowd was contagious, catapulting into cumulative, comedic, convulsing confusion with a company of crows and cockatoos crowing, caw, caw, caw. The cacophony of the curious crowd was contagious, catapulting into cumulative, comedic, convulsing confusion with a company of crows and cockatoos crowing, caw, caw, caw. The cacophony of the curious crowd was contagious, catapulting into cumulative, comedic, convulsing confusion with a company of crows and cockatoos crowing, caw, caw, caw. I hope I got that because I even went as far as caw, caw, cawing. Because I love you, Lisa, and I love the fact that you participate and have been for so long. You and Frank are my amazing alliterative buddies. It's amazing. All right, so I have to wait till somebody tells me if they think I got that. I feel pretty confident, confident that I did. Maybe I should go right into the next alliterative sentence. Hey, good morning, Richard from Ohio. O-H-I-O. Ohio. Very cool. That was awesome. She said, I thought I was going to trip you up. Yeah. That was awesome. That was so much fun. That was a great sentence. I swear that was so much fun to say. Listen, for anyone that's watching, whether it's the first time or you're here, I always say this. Practicing reading, especially sight reading, can be intimidating. But the whole thing is you just don't give up. Do not give up. You want to keep going. Boys and girls, moms and dads, if you're a new reader, even if you're a seasoned reader and you come across a word that you've never seen before or you haven't seen it in a while, like cacophony, you just have to look and sound it out in your head and just go for it. And if you make a mistake, guess what? Come on. It's okay. You're trying. Mistakes are going to be made. All right. Guess who we're saying good morning to? Anybody that starts the letter C. I know people that have it spelled with the letter C, their name. All right, Lisa, nice to see you. Great to see you, actually. And have an amazing day. And hopefully I'll see you Sunday. All right, so good morning. I would love all the kids' names that are on the back of this list to fill themselves with energy. Be the balloon, you know what I'm saying? And know that you're going to have an amazing day. So good morning, Cooper. Good morning, Colin. Good morning, Caitlin. Good morning, Carmela. Good morning, Carmela. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Cece. And good morning to the 2 hearts that walk outside of my body, my daughters, Carly and Courtney. Carly and Courtney. C is the letter for today. That's amazing. Okay, now, guess what time it is? It is time. Should I do the other alliterative sentence? Perhaps. Or maybe, just maybe, I should do vitamin time first. Vitamin time is a time of day, let me bend down to get it, where we practice healthy habits and good manners. What? How is that possible, Donna? Because healthy habits are taking your vitamins. Good manners are how you take them. You ask for them. You say, please, may I have my vitamins? Now I know. If I'm the one giving myself the vitamins, perhaps I don't have to say those things. But I do have to chew with my mouth closed and not talk with my mouth full. And then, I feel like I'm doing something good. But for you, especially the little ones watching, this is a child-proof lock. So you have to say, please, may I have my vitamins? And when you get them, you say, thank you for the vitamins. And hopefully the person that handed them to you says, you're welcome. These are just ways to be polite. And we all need a little reminder sometimes. Ooh, and the guesses are coming in. So this is the game. There are pink and purple vitamins. And what you want to do is guess either 2 pink, 2 purple, or 1 of each. The winner gets to pick a page out of The Beginner's Guide to the Universe, Uncommon Ideas for Living an Unusually Happy Life by author Mike Tooley. It's an amazing book. It's one of my favorites in the whole wide world. I've gifted it to so many people. And you know what? It's a gift to me. And I got this idea from a friend of mine, a client of mine, actually. She told me about it, and it's been the best book ever. All right, let's see. Ooh, Jerry Reesby says pink and purple. Now we got a game. Great. And we've got 2 purple from Richard Rausch. And I love it because you couldn't tell. I know they don't look the most purple, but too dark. Perfect. I love it. This is going to be great. Okay. Now, here's the trick. I don't look when I pick my vitamins. Oh, they smell so good, kids. You know what? They kind of smell and look like candy, but they're not candy. So don't just go eating a lot of vitamins. You only eat the recommended daily dosage. This says on the back for my 2. Only 2. Now, this is when I mix them up. I don't look. And honesty is the best policy. So I am going to take them in my hand, not looking, cover it back up. And then we have any last minute guesses. Now's the time to guess. There are 1 in each hand, just so that we can be suspenseful. And I know I just brushed my teeth. So it's pretty much guaranteed I'm going to make a silly face because they're tart. All right. Just thinking about it is making my mouth water. Here we go. The first vitamin up is, it's pink. What? It's like Yolanda Vega. Pink vitamin. The second vitamin is, it's purple. I am really connected today. That's amazing. So we've got a pink and a purple. Jerry Reesby, you are the winner. You get to pick a page from 7 to 158. Those of you that participated that did not win, thank you so much for participating. It means so much to me that you're here to watch and to share in the positive energy and just to be here for story time. I think it's amazing. I love it. Look at Jerry Reesby. He's so excited. He says, 1, 2, 3. You got it. But first, I got to take my vitamins and not chew with my mouth open. Oh, gosh. Are you ready for taking your vitamins with me? Now's the time to do it. Let's count it down just like Jerry Reesby. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So tart, so good. Feel it pumped. Lots of energy. And we're reading page 123 in this book, A Beginner's Guide to the Universe. Let's see what the nugget of truth is for today. Why do we read that? Hey! Wow! I have a new subscriber. Bamford Greer is here. Welcome. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I love new subscribers. If you would like to subscribe, you can go over to Storytime with Donna Vee on YouTube and subscribe there. Now, when you were watching during quarantine from March, when did we start? March 22nd, I think, 2021. Nope, 2020. We went for a whole year, more than a year, and we were live on Donna Vee Comedy. Now, I moved over to Storytime with Donna Vee because I wanted it to be safe for all the kids just to play all the videos because there's some other stuff. There's lots of fun stuff on Donna Vee Comedy if you're an adult and watching and just need a laugh. But Facebook also has a dedicated page. Wherever you watch from, just share it because I would love it if we could elevate the vibration of the global population together one good deed, one day at a time, one kind word. Here we go. Jerry Reesby says, drink water and I shall. Thanks, Jerry. Okay. Are you ready? Here's 123. When love is otherwise hard to feel for someone, allow it to begin with sympathy. Your soulmate might not be the same person throughout your life, and sometimes it might just be you. Only do those things you want to do, with whom you want to do them. Always follow your heart, unless it's been broken. Then you must lead it back into love. Hearts are never too big to mend, or too small to rebound, or too tired to love again. I love that. Jerry, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for picking page 123. Exciting. And that's a great segue to go right into our, well, for so long they were social distance buddies, and now they're storytime buddies. I still want to call them socially distanced buddies or social distancing buddies. What does that even mean? Well, we started out when we couldn't hug, and we had this brilliant idea, me and Bartholomew, that we could share hugs with each other. We could teach kids that when they can't be with their friends, their family, their grandparents, or people that are far away, that you could find a social distancing buddy. It's a stuffed animal. You could hug a pillow, hug yourself. Right hand on your left shoulder, left hand on your right. You know what I'm talking about. Now, this is Bartholomew, and he is the sweetest. You are really the sweetest. And we love to learn, teach about sending love and light out to the whole entire world. You know what we do? What do? We place people that we want to think about in our head, our heart, and then we put a beam of light from our heart chakra right out to you. And we want you to do the same. Send one right to us. Why? Because there's so many people right now that, you know what? Some people are really sad. Some people have had a really rough day, or maybe a rough 10 weeks. But we want to let them know that we love them and we think of them often. Even when we're having our own rough time, it doesn't mean we have not enough room in our hearts and our heads and our whole being to think about them too. So this is the time that we do it, and we do it together. Because together we can elevate the vibration of the global population. Seriously. Are you ready? So for those of you out there that maybe need some healing, we have Cecilia will heal you. She's a unicorn that sends out healing vibrations through her horn. It's pretty amazing. And then we have, Music Bear. Music is such an important part of our lives because can it just uplift you, right? It just gets you going, whatever the song might be. During the holidays, it could be holiday music. It could be a Beatles song. You know how much I love Bob Marley, One Love. Whatever it is, if you have a song that makes your heart sing, makes your toes tap, put it on today. Pump it up nice and loud and let it build you up. Maybe build you up, Buttercup. And last, let's see, who should we get? Let's get Cheeky Monkey. For all of you that are sad, Cheeky Monkey is here because he's blue, right? It's not by accident. It's by design. Cheeky Monkey is here because he wants you to send him your sadness. He'll send you gladness. He says, give me all your blue. Give me all your sad, and I'll send glad. But as we know, do you know that Hanukkah, one of the colors is blue? And it's, it's a celebration of lights. But there definitely was sad behind and before the celebration. That happens a lot of times, right? There's discomfort, kind of like a butterfly. First starts out, and it's this little worm walking around, right? Caterpillar. And it's just walking around doing its thing. And then all of a sudden, it has to go into its little chrysalis because that's where a lot of the work is done, when it goes inward. And inside is where everything is that you need to flourish outside. And then when you break out of that, guess what happens? You're colorful, you're light, you float, you fly. So let's just try to take that energy today and send it to each other. I'm going to send it to you. And if you don't mind, send it back to me. That'd be pretty awesome if we could share that together today. So for right now, you're going to take that message, that mantra, that energy, and we're going to put it right here in our head and then right here in our heart. And we're going to send a big beam of light to each other. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow. That was so powerful. I felt that. You guys are amazing. That was amazing energy. I haven't felt energy like that in a while. You know why? Because I was unable to get here and I had to make room to come back. And the more room I make to come back, the more room I make for the positive energy. The more positive energy I put into myself and out into the universe, the more positive energy will come back. So thank you for being part of the cycle and the sharing circle. And right, Richard? But it's inspiration from you guys. It's amazing. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you so much for being here. And guess what? Now we are going to ground our feet, get ready for stories, put your feet on the ground, maybe move them around. We're going to take our deep breath in, fill our balloon with an I am statement. Why do we do this? Because to sit and listen to stories takes focus. To sit and read stories takes some focus. So I like to ground myself before I do something really important like this, even if I'm at a meeting or if I'm on a bus or if I've had a hectic day, if I'm nervous. And if you can't go into a big arm movement, you know what you do? Just put your hands together and say, right? Try it with me. You're so welcome. You're awesome, Jerry. Are you ready? I'm going to go like this. I am full. I am powerful. I am grace. I am ready to read. Positive words only. No negativity. We never feed our soul junk food. No, the world does that all the time, right? When you go out into the world and maybe you make a mistake and you say, oof, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm not even going to say the word, but it rhymes with whooped. I'm whooped. No, we don't say those things. We say, I'm brilliant. I'm smart. I'm awesome. I'm wonderful. And that is how you build yourself back up. You pump the balloon back up because you can't depend on the world to do it for you. You are your own universe, right? Think about that. Just think about that. Okay, now 3 stories, and don't forget, we're reciting the ASL alphabet today. So we'll finish with the ASL alphabet and the book. We're going to start out with a lovely book before our Hanukkah book called Hooray for the Holidays, because this is a great segue into learning about all the different holidays that go on in the month of December. It's by Catherine Hapka, illustrated by Mike Byrne. I have a friend named Mike Byrne. That's so funny. All right. Gavin is in kindergarten. Hi, Gavin. It is the day before winter break. Are you all excited for the holidays? Asks Ms. Green. Yes, the kids cheer. Woo! Families celebrate different traditions during the holidays. They pass them on year after year, says Miss Green. What does your family do for the holidays? Miss Green asks. Draw your family tradition. This would be a fun activity to do with your kids. The kids get to work. Gavin grabs a green crayon and he draws a Christmas tree. He draws a present and there's a new soccer ball inside. Very cool. See you later, Richard. Have an awesome day. Abby looks at Gavin's picture. That looks like fun, she says. Thanks, Gavin says. I love the holidays. Miss Green claps her hands. It's time to share our traditions. Who wants to go first? She asks. Me, Gavin says. Gavin shows his pictures. My family celebrates Christmas. We sing carols, he says. We put out cookies for Santa. This is Christmas morning, Gavin says. We go to church and then we open gifts. Good work, Gavin, Miss Green says. Who wants to go next? Excuse me. Gavin wonders what his friends drew. Would all the pictures look the same? My family is Jewish, Ben says. We celebrate Hanukkah. It lasts 8 days. Look at that. Hanukkah is what we're celebrating right now. We light a candle on the menorah every night. We play a game called Dreidel, and we get a present every night too. Whoa. Jada is next. My family celebrates Kwanzaa, she said. It's an African American holiday. We celebrate it for 7 days. Kwanzaa honors our history and community. We light candles on the Kinara. We have red, green, and black balloons. Very cool. Next comes Abby. My family is from Sweden, she says. We celebrate St. Lucia's Day. It is the shortest day of the year, so we celebrate light. Kids wear white and carry candles, and then we have a parade. I've never even heard of that. That's amazing. Now it is Roberto's turn. My family's from Mexico. We celebrate Christmas for 9 days. We have a piñata, he says, and it's filled with treats. We break the piñata and eat the treats together. Wow. That's amazing. My family is from Haiti, Jack says. We celebrate on Christmas Eve. We leave our shoes on the porch and Santa fills them with presents. Very cool. It would be fun to share all these traditions, Gavin says. We will, Gavin, Ms. Green says. It's time for our holiday party. Hooray! Gavin cheers, and the other kids join in. Ms. Green leads the way to the lunchroom. There's a Christmas tree and a menorah. There's a kinara with candles. There's a piñata filled with yummy snacks. And there are shoes filled with presents. How awesome is that? Hooray, Gavin cries. Happy holidays, everyone. What a great story. Learning about other cultures is so amazing, so important, and I think it's really awesome. You know what? I think we will read the book, the last Hanukkah book last. We'll finish with Hanukkah. And right now, we will read about Dina the deaf dinosaur. Learning about other cultures and other people is really important. And the deaf culture is, this book is just amazing. When I read this, I learned so much more about the ASL alphabet, what it might feel like, what it might be like to experience having someone who's deaf in my family through the eyes of Dina the deaf dinosaur. So I'm really excited to read this today. It's by Carol Adebato and illustrated by Valentine. If you've been watching Storytime for a long time, then you've read this with me before. If not, this is an excellent book to have in your classroom, for a little library, to have, just to teach your younger family members or anyone that you know about the deaf culture. And it's just an excellent story about empathy and caring. Here we go. Dina the Deaf Dinosaur by Carol Adebato, illustrated by Valentine. Deep in the woods, there lived a mole named Molery. One day, when he crawled out of his underground tunnel, he found some trash near the tunnel's opening. Molery rummaged through the garage and found an old bicycle without a seat and a sailboat without a sail. He was about to bring these treasures home when he heard a sound. In a nearby oak tree, there lived a chipmunk named Camilla and an owl named Otto. Camilla enjoyed cooking near the window of her treehouse where she could watch Otto tinker with an old car. While she was making lunch, she too heard a sound. She checked the kettle, but it was quiet. She looked out the window and heard the sound again. Meanwhile, Otto was working on one of his old cars. Otto was a collector of antique automobiles. He was looking under the hood of the old car when he too heard the sound. He checked the engine, but this was not an engine-type sound. He turned off the engine and heard the sound again. Curious about the strange noise, Molery, Camilla, and Otto decided to find out what was making the sound. They searched and searched the woods, following the sound as it got louder and louder. Suddenly, they stopped in their tracks, and there, sitting on a log, was a dinosaur as big as a house. Oh my gosh. The dinosaur bent its head, and tears started to pour. They soon realized that the sound they heard was the sound of the dinosaur crying. Oh no. Molery the mole sucked in a deep breath of courage and bravely walked over to the dinosaur. Excuse me, he said, but the dinosaur did not answer. Molery turned to his neighbors and shrugged his shoulders. Camilla yelled, "Are you hungry?" But again, the dinosaur did not reply. Otto, now steeled with courage, went nearer and waved his wings, trying to capture the dinosaur's attention. The waving worked. The dinosaur stopped crying. Otto waved again, and the dinosaur waved back. "Hello," said Otto, but the dinosaur just turned her head. "Can you hear me?" Otto gestured by pointing to his ears and shaking his head. "Can you hear me?" And the dinosaur shook its head. "No." "Aha," said Otto to his friends. "This dinosaur is deaf." "Oh dear, what shall we do?" said Camilla. "What shall we do?" And Otto turned to his companions. "My dear friends, she communicates in sign language and finger spelling. I remember some sign language that I learned a long time ago from a deaf dove. I use sign language with her like we use our voices and our ears to talk." Otto took out his wallet from under his wing. Inside the wallet was a folded piece of paper. He unfolded the piece of paper, and on it were the letters of the alphabet. And just above each letter was a hand sign showing the letter. Let me show you what they saw, because I have the picture. Here we go. That's what they saw. Just above each letter, like I said, was a hand sign of what, showing how to use fingers to make the letters. Otto studied the paper and then lifted his wing and signed hi. Hi. The dinosaur's eyes widened and signed hi back. Otto brightened and signed, "What's your name?" Now, I do not know how to sign. What's your name? But I can tell you this. I can sign little things, and together we can learn through learning the alphabet. The dinosaur was surprised, but quickly responded, my name, Otto nodded, Dina, D-I-N-A, is my name. The dinosaur signed in finger spelling and sign language. Mullery and Camilla looked back and forth as if they were watching a tennis match. The dinosaur's name is Dina. Dina is my name. So, I-S-M-Y-N-A-M-E. Ask her why she's crying, said Camilla. Otto signed the question to Dina. Because I left home, signed Otto. I'm sorry, Dina signed back. Why did you leave home, signed Otto. I couldn't talk with my family, and I was lonely. My mother and father wanted me to speak, but not sign. They wanted me to be like a hearing dinosaur. I tried to talk and lip read in crowds, but strangers looked at me as if I were weird. It was hard because they could not understand my speech. I grew up thinking I was the only dinosaur in the world who couldn't hear. Can she read lips? Asked Mullery. Dina responded to Otto in sign language. Only so-so. So-so. How did you learn sign language? Otto asked Dina in sign language. While I was playing with some hearing dinosaurs, I saw a dinosaur named David talking with his paws. I was curious and walked over. David said hi in sign language, and we became friends. I envied him because even though his parents were not deaf, his family all signed. I learned sign language even though my parents did not want me to. I learned more from David than from my family because I could easily understand him. We could talk together about anything, but my parents said sign language is wrong. Speaking is better. I was so upset. I took my doll and I ran away. So many family members don't understand us for whatever it is that we're different about. What are your names? Dina asked Otto in sign language. My name is Otto, O-T-T-O. Otto pointed to the chipmunk and finger spelled Camilla, C-A-M-I-L-L-A. Mullery the mole interrupted and said, it's not polite to point at people. Well, in deaf culture, it is the way indicating either people or things, replied Otto. I was signing Camilla's name. Well, how do you sign my name? Mullery asked. Otto the owl demonstrated. I'm Mullery, M-O-L-I-E-R-E. Mullery then signed his name. Oh, it's late. Let's have lunch, Camilla said excitedly. Mullery went to get a table and chairs, and Camilla went to her house to fetch some food. They filled the table with plates, bowls, and pitchers. Dina smiled and waved her paws in the air. Mullery asked Otto, what is she doing? Oh, Otto replied, in deaf culture, waving in the air is the same as applause. After all, the deaf people can't hear the sound of clapping, so they use their hands. You're welcome to stay with us, Dina said Otto. At first, Dina was overjoyed. And then she felt sad as she signed, I miss my parents. And I think it's mother, father. I'll find out. Several hours later, Otto, Mullery, Camilla, and Dina went to the beach. While Dina's new friends played and laughed, all Dina could do was stare out at the sea. She was confused. She was homesick, but she was afraid to go home. Suddenly, two huge shadows appeared on the sand. Dina looked up. It was her parents. As they approached, Dina used her voice and said, "I don't want to go home with you." Pretty powerful. Dina's father's hand began to move. He was signing. Wait, my child. After you left, we worried until our hearts broke. We realized that you were right. Dina, will you teach me more signs? I'll never run away again, said Dina, as she ran to her parents and hugged them. Otto, Mollery, and Camilla all had tears of joy in their eyes. Happy endings always make me hungry, said Mollery. Signed Mollery. Then let's have dinner, signed Camilla. Communication is the beginning of love. Isn't that the truth? All right, so it is father, mother, sleep. And let's see. Friends. I'm glad we're so many of us are friends. Are you ready to recite the alphabet? I'm really excited. I'm going to put it up for you to see. This is our first attempt. If it's your first time here, are you ready? Here we go. A, B, today's letters C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Excellent! I'm so proud of you for trying that. And we're going to continue to practice one letter a day. And then every Friday, we will go over the entire ASL alphabet. So how's that sound? Okay? Next, we have one more book. Story times 3 stories a day. One last book. And this one is about, look at this, the 8 Nights of Hanukkah. Now, when we see a book with a cover, we invite it to stay in. A book jacket means come on in. We'll put the jacket back on you when you leave. All right, you ready? The 8 Nights of Hanukkah by Leslie Kimmelman, illustrated by Gayla Bernstein. This is the story of 8 Nights of Hanukkah. Sir Alex, Sir Gabriel, Sir Margaret, Sir Julian, Sir Lily, Sir Henry, Sir Isabella, and Sir Rugula. And that's the 8 nights. Mother, Lady Sadie. Interesting. Lady Sadie called the 8 nights of Hanukkah together. Tonight is the last night of Hanukkah. I invited the entire kingdom to celebrate with us. But alas, a dastardly dragon named Dreadful is roaming the countryside, interrupting the party preparations. My children, I am counting on you to fix things with some deeds of awesome kindness and stupendous bravery. Challenge accepted, said the knights. I will tame the dragon, said Sir Isabella. Stupendous bravery is my specialty, added Sir Rugula, his mouth full of cookie. Those are delicious cookies. Bye, Mommy, said Sir Henry. Off the knights rode. The first night, Sir Alex cantered into a village on his trusty steed. Oh, no. He jumped from the horse and crouched down beside the boy. What be the matter, young lad? He asked. The dragon scorched my dreidel, The boy sniffed. The only Hebrew letter left is none, which means I always lose. I will make you a new dreidel, Sir Alex said, picking up a piece of wood. He carved a nun first, then Gimel, Hey, and Shin on the other sides. Oh, it's Gimel, Hey, and Shin. The letters stand for Nes Gadol Hayasham. Nes Gadol Hayasham, which means a great miracle happened there. I love that. The boy spun the dreidel. Thanks, he shouted happily. Gimel is the best letter of all. It is a miracle. Sir Alex waved as he sped off. Happy Hanukkah, young lad. I will see you tonight. Very cool, very cool. Meanwhile, Sir Isabella and Sir Rugula searched high and low for Dreadful. Para-thump, para-thump. The second night, Sir Gabriel galloped across the plains on a silver stallion. Hark, he exclaimed, methinks I hear a damsel in distress. A woman was wailing over an enormous pile of potatoes. Why do you weep, fair lady? Asked the knight. I must peel all these potatoes to make Hanukkah latkes for the townsfolk tonight, she replied. But alas and alack, the dragon has scared off my helpers. That's a lot of potatoes. Sir Gabriel pitched right in, side by side. They peeled and grated. My work here is done, announced Sir Gabriel, and now you have plenty of potatoes for a mountain of latkes. Kisseth the cook. Meanwhile, Sir Isabella and Sir Rugula looked north, south, east, and west. Show your face, fire-breathing bully, shouted Sir Rugula. Please, asked Sir Isabella. Still no dragon. The third night, Sir Margaret made her way through a sweet-smelling fruit orchard. Hark! Methinks I see some sad-faced field hands, Sir Margaret exclaimed. What ails you, fair people? We need apples for applesauce for the Hanukkah latkes, answered a young maiden. But when we climb the tree to pick them, explained a young man, the dragon flies low, and poof, baked apples. Fear not, Sir Margaret replied. My long and noble lance can knock down the fruit you seek. Pretty good idea. Many baskets of apples later, Sir Margaret was on her way. My work here is done. She called back, I will see you when the sun goes down. Meanwhile, Sir Isabella, Sir Rugula kept coming after the dragon. They gave chase and got chased, dodging smoke and fire. Sir Julian the fourth night performed the mitzvah of bringing chicken soup to the sick and keeping company with the lonely. That's a nice mitzvah. A mitzvah is doing an act of kindness. The soup was delicious. The talk was lively. The jokes were funny. Everyone felt better right away because laughter is the best medicine. Just in time for the party, they agreed happily. Helpeth wanted, read the sign Sir Lily, the fifth knight, saw in the bakery window. We made dozens of Hanukkah donuts for the celebration, complained the chief baker. Then Dreadful swooped down and gobbled every one. Worrieth not, said Sir Lily. Worrieth not. Helpeth wanted. She worked alongside the bakers all day long, making I can never say this word. Sufganiyat. Wait a second. It's in my Grover book. Where'd my Grover book go? It tells me how to say it. I know it. I saw it. I saw that. They made them. And the word was phonetically spelled somewhere in here. I know I remember seeing it. I'm going to find it so we can learn it together. Where'd it go? Am I wrong? There's the latkes. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Come on. Where's the donuts? I think it's towards the end. Because I don't know where they are. Oh, wait, here we go. Sufganiyot. Found it. Thank you for your patience. She worked alongside the bakers all day making sufganiyot. She braved a hot stove, sizzling oil, and sticky, drippy jam. Those things are nothing at all to a knight such as I, said Sir Lily modestly. The sixth night, Sir Henry rode out with the others. Then he turned his horse around and trotted back to the castle. Why do you not venture out to do deeds of awesome kindness and stupendous bravery? Asked Lady Sadie. I stay in and do acts of awesome kindness and stupendous bravery, answered Sir Henry. The goodly Sir Henry cleaned the castle till it gleamed. He swept the drawbridge and chased away 2 ferocious-looking lizards. Stupendous bravery. He brought Lady Sadie a cup of hot tea and a fluffy pillow for her tired feet. Awesome kindness. Awesome kindness. Meanwhile, the 7th and 8th nights, Sir Isabella and Sir Rugula were feeling discouraged. They just couldn't catch the dragon. They sat thinking, and the air got warmer and warmer. And dreadful. But, wait a second. You're just a baby dragon, exclaimed Sir Isabella. And my name isn't Dreadful, the dragon sniffed. It's Rosie. So Rosie was invited to the Hanukkah celebration. The sun sank in the sky. One by one, the knights returned home. At their big round table, the 8 knights of Hanukkah exchanged tales of spectacular deeds and daring do. Before long, guests began to arrive. Never had the round table been graced by so many heroic knights, nor the castle grounds with so much merrymaking. Whoosh! Rosie lit Hanukkah candles. It was a most excellent Hanukkah. The 8 nights of Hanukkah had lit up the darkness of the world with bright light of kindness. Shine on, good knights. Shine on. Rosie's name should be Shamash. I think that's amazing. So today's book about Hanukkah, well, I should say this. There's a thread that runs through Storytime always. And you know what it was? Dinosaurs. How about that? We learned all about different holidays in our first book, which was Hooray for the Holidays. learning all about different holidays all around the world. Then we read a book called Dina the Deaf Dinosaur. And we learned about another culture, the deaf culture. We recited the ASL alphabet. It was amazing. And last but not least, of course, after lighting our candle, we read our Hanukkah book called The 8 Nights of Hanukkah. Well, I'm really excited. You're so welcome. I'm really happy you're here. And I'm so excited that, I don't know, it just feels so good to be back at story time. It's a plus. It's a win-win. So the way that we always go out and we finish is with a hug. And we have a squishmallow from Liliana and Melanie from Massachusetts that I want to say, thank you for. And then we hug ourselves. Now, I'm live Sunday through Friday, so I won't be here tomorrow because I have work, but make sure to go over to YouTube and check out and see if perhaps there's one of the episodes that you've never seen before. And have fun, be safe, and I'll see you on Sunday morning for the 8th day of Hanukkah with some more Hanukkah stories and a book by Lil Nas, believe it or not, called C is for Country. And we'll practice the alphabet together again, because that is the best way to learn the alphabet. And when you learn the alphabet, you can learn all about reading, and I love it so much. So thank you for being here. Put your right hand on your left shoulder and your left hand on your right. Give yourself a squeeze for me. Hug yourself so tight and know that I love you and everything's going to be all right. Elevate the vibration of the global population. One kind word, one good deed at a time, everyone. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your Saturday. And I'll see you on Sunday. Here we go. I am peace. I am joy. I am a mitzvah. I am totally content. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you on December 5th. Bye.